Welcome everybody to our podcast Subtext, although it's a live, I guess, but it's still a podcast. And our hosts are Stefan, Pasek, Matthew Holvey, who is not literally here today, but he's here with us in spirit. So, and we gave him long hair for the occasion. And then me, all writers on Substack. And I guess if you don't look very hard, we're the only podcast that talks to other writers on Substack. And today we have Mack Devlin, who everybody should be subscribing to. He is amazing. And really, okay, Stefan, I'm going to pass it to you to ask your first hard-hitting questions. Or Mack, tell us about you really quickly.
Yeah, there you go.
We're just winging this shit.
Where do you want me to start? I guess I'll start at the beginning. I was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy in 1984, so it's been, I was born with it, so it's been most of my life. I'm not really defined by it, but it's been a huge part of my life, so it does play a part in what I do. And not much exciting happened. I used to work at a newspaper, which was kind of the big career moment, and then I came on Substack back in August, and I've been here for about 6 months. And I went to college. I have a master's degree in education, bachelor's in history and English. So there's that. Not that I know that much. So don't ask me any historical questions.
Ask you.
I have a bachelor's in history too, but yeah, don't ask me.
I'll ask you about the
awesome.
I'll ask you about the history of English.
Ooh, we're gonna go into the Civil War next.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so I did a deep dive into some of your work yesterday. I've been following you around anyway for a few months because we're in Mayhem and have travel in the same circles. But your musical ear and the music that you set to your work, how long have you been doing that?
All my life. My brother is a great guitar player, and we used to just sit up in my bedroom and jam and just freestyle some songs as we were working. So I kind of owe it to him because he's a musical genius. I'm a musical troglodyte compared to him.
Does he read your work? Does he listen to your work?
Yeah, I always send him my songs, and he's always like, you need to submit that, for, to a recording artist, send that to Jason Mraz. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's not that easy, but thank you.
Let me just tweet him.
Right.
Slide into his DMs.
Mm-hmm.
But totally agree. I mean, it's really, really good. Really, really good stuff. Okay, Stefan, I kind of hijacked the question.
I don't think so. I don't think I had that much. Do you want to talk about your inspiration for canned beef?
Oh, canned beef. Yeah, I had a little bit of a confrontation in a chat room the other day, and I decided I was going to write on that a little bit. But mostly, it's about people who look at other people's writing and say, this isn't good enough for this space, and I just don't think that's what we should be doing on here because, that's why there's chocolate and vanilla. If you don't like it, doesn't mean somebody else isn't going to like it, and it's not really a space for critique. I don't think. I mean, I don't think that was the original intention, but yeah, it's kind of I think how it's been trending.
Well, it was great. I thought the lyrics were great. It was awesome. It was awesome. I think everybody should go check Canned Beef out. It's the last one that you posted just from yesterday.
Yep.
And then also, I loved Get That Stack. It was so fun to listen to. I've probably listened to it like 3 times, and you did that with the in between. Can you talk about how that idea came about?
It was Mila's idea. I'd like to do that. She's in the chat now. She just joined us. It was her idea to do that. She wanted to make a pay for play kind of a tongue-in-cheek rap, and I was like, yeah, I'm down for that. So you might, since she's in the chat, we might ask her, the in between. Where did you get the inspiration for that?
Yes. And I mentioned the in-between in my poem too, because it's good. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. The wordplay, it's hilarious. It's smart. It's witty. That's the best stuff about Mack's work. I mean, Canned Beef, Get That Stack, Party Pooper Syndrome. It's witty. It's hilarious, and there's always like these extra deeper layers. Like even a Notoriety, what you did for Amy and her prompt. And I'm kind of just flying through. But did you want to talk about any of those posts, or hang on? Talk about any of them longer than 5 seconds?
Well, yeah, Notoriety like just came about because I have a real problem with groups. Like if I'm in a group, I will tend to like sort of drift away. Like I do the Irish goodbye where I just like walk away. So it's because people, like, especially if you have a disability, people don't know you fully. They just know you from your disability, and they think that defines you. So it's like, I want to be known completely. I want to be known down to the very fiber of my being.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And that's what struck me in Notoriety is, I guess if you want to be seen and known for every fiber of your being, not being known just as kind or just as nice, or I contain everything. I am an asshole sometimes. I'm mean and I am unkind. And if you really see me, you're going to see all of that in me. And so I really like Notoriety.
Yeah, I contain multitudes. That's
exactly.
Does that lead to you putting more personal stuff in your writing?
Yeah, it tends to, because there's always like a little personal touch in all of my writing, whether I'm writing a historical piece. I have a couple of those like way back at the beginning that I posted. I kind of stopped with that stuff and leaned more into the music, but there's always some personal aspect to it, like some struggle that someone's going through that I can relate to in some way.
Is it all inspired by real events? Or is this some of it that's just made up?
Yeah, some of it's just made up. Some of it, like I have one about androids fall. Yeah, clones. Yeah, and I have one about androids falling in love and then getting blown to shit by a World War II stick grenade. So it's like, obviously that didn't happen to me, but there's some thematic elements that.
Yeah, I meant more like. Was it? It can be, something can be inspired by a real event, but not be about the real event itself.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and there is some of that in that story, even though it's like completely bizarre and out of left field. Some of it is like somebody wants to come along and sow chaos in somebody else's life because they think that person needs that, because they're judging that person as being too stodgy or whatever, and they're like, here, have a little chaos. But it's like, maybe I don't want chaos in my life at that moment. And I've had that happen in my personal life so many times, where somebody just came along like, here's some chaos, and I'm like, I don't want that. Keep that to yourself.
You put up your boundaries. Okay, I wanted to ask you about Voices of Healing. Can you tell us more about Voices of Healing, what you're doing with Pancake and everybody else?
Yeah, that just started as we were having a chat about somebody who seemed to be struggling on Substack, and we're struggling in like the comments they made, and they were just having a hard time with people, and people weren't understanding them. So we were like, maybe we need a space where we can talk about this stuff openly about what somebody's going through, because the tendency on social media, and I hate to call Substack social media, but it's got the same. It is what it is. Yeah. The tendency on social media is to just judge that person as like a narcissist, and you don't really take the time to get to know them or find some insight about them that can maybe show you why they're acting like this. As an educator, you see that children act out for a very specific reason, but it doesn't end at childhood. Children or adults act out too, because there's a hole in their lives. There's an emptiness in their lives. And that's what we wanted to do with Voices of Healing. And there's Mike. Mike's in the chat.
Oh, Mike's in the chat. Hey, Pancake. Hey, Bo. Original World can type now, apparently. Love it.
Do you think the acting out is more prevalent on social media than it would be in person social gatherings?
Yeah, I really do. I mean, I think you have the safety of the screen between you and the person on the other side, so you feel like you can say whatever you want to that person, but you're not taking in mind like what's going on in their personal life. And
right.
The thing I say to them might trigger some kind of spiral, like an existential spiral, and they could, take their own life. And I don't want to be responsible for that. Who does? Because social media has made that happen. That's happened so many times on social media.
Right. Totally. Definitely. Well, and I feel like even your piece, Party Pooper, right, gave a different perspective as to the party pooper, not necessarily trying to steal fun, but just process, and that's the only way they know how to react,
right.
So I thought it was a kind of eye-opening as well as hilarious. So
yeah. I've always found that to be the case with the party pooper. If you pull them aside, they're not bad, but when they're in that group setting, they feel the need to flex authority on you, and actually that's not true. That joke's inaccurate because of this. And I'm like, the joke's about a talking beaver. Of course it's inaccurate.
Yeah. It's like their small way of having some control over whatever chaos might be going on in their life that we don't see.
Exactly.
And so, having some grace for each other for sure. So that's great. So like, that's kind of what developed Voices of Healing, is seeing beyond some of the crazy words that we might say when we're lashing out.
Do you have a joke about a talking beaver?
No, I don't have a joke.
I thought maybe that was a real joke. Maybe you're holding it back on us.
It'd be a great joke. I'm sure there's a joke in there somewhere, and I'll find it eventually. But no, I don't have I have one about a talking bear, but that's it.
Do you want to tell it?
Oh, fuck.
This is where Stefan says this is PG-13, and he'll get after me.
Well, he gets, according from your episode, he gets like 4 F words at this point.
Okay, well, I will pull back the F words. No, I do not remember that bear joke. My cousin told it to me. I think it might be inappropriate, actually, now that I think about it, because he told me way back in like '84. So there wasn't a whole lot of political correctness back then.
I was not even a twinkle in my parents' eye yet.
I was around.
Do you count the rhythm and meter of your writing?
I used to, but you get to a point eventually where you can process it by ear. It's the metrical feet are not going to match up exactly, but you get a certain rhythm for it if you write in that way long enough. So I used to do it particularly in my college studies, where I'd obey strict metrical rhythm, and then as I got older, I was just like, screw it.
Do you think your writing's better now that you don't obey it strictly?
Yeah, there was a lot of like self-doubt, like that doesn't match the metrical feet exactly. This piece has to be thrown away. So I'd just get rid of it entirely. And now I'm just like, it feels right in my ear. So I'm going to hang on to that and just share it with other people.
We're so grateful that you do.
Is it easier to... Oh boy. Is it easier to perform a piece musically when it's not written in meter strictly? Or does it not really matter?
It doesn't really matter. Sometimes it does. Like sometimes you would use iambic pentameter to write a song because each lyric needs to drop off at a certain point. And if the lyric doesn't drop off at the right time, then what you get is a jumble of words, and it just doesn't quite flow right. So for the flow, yes, you have to obey metrical feet just a little bit tighter.
Like, how do you know when that has to happen? Do you just do it by feel?
Yeah, you just feel it. You listen to it. You go through a couple iterations, and you're just like, no, that doesn't sound right. I need to really work on this. I need to revisit the lyrics that I put down, and sometimes like your rhyme scheme doesn't work. Like you will have rhyme and couplets, but that doesn't work for the song. So you have to go in and make it rhyme within the individual lyric.
Do you find that you shift from rigid to fluid in most of your songs for the internal rhymes?
Yeah, when you sit down to initially write it, it's very strict and stringent, and you follow a specific rhythm, A B A B A B A B. But when you get to the recording process or singing it out, you hear it with your ear. Like even though that's metrically good, it just does not work for the song. It just doesn't fit. It makes it sound jumbled, or it messes with the flow, or even the diction. If you have to rewrite like the word for diction, because if you can't sing that word, good luck forming it. Like I had a terrible time singing the word chaotic, because I want to each time I sang it I would say chaotic. I was like, no, that's not quite right. Chaotic. Why am I pronouncing that ch? So I had to work around that word a little bit. Eventually I got it, but from the very beginning it was chaotic.
Do you know ahead of time what
Do I know
words
ahead
can
of
give you
time?
trouble? Like, did you know
Yeah.
words can give you trouble?
Yeah, there's words that you want to avoid like fully in a song, like the word especially, specifically. Those kind of words just stall the entire song because they're just clunky when it comes to
Flow. Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're just clunky when it comes to the flow.
Ira says when you've done at least a few songs, you really start getting a feel for it in your mind before you even sit with an instrument. At least that's how it's gone for me.
Yeah, I mean, you sing it out, and if it doesn't sound quite right as you're singing it out, that's when the editing starts, and then once you put it to music, you do another round of editing and just try and tighten it up as much as possible.
How close do you think writing a song is to writing poetry?
Oh, they're interchangeable. Like there's several poems that I wrote. I wrote a poem called Tomorrow. I wrote that back in college, and it was before I ever started writing songs, and I decided to put it to music, and it worked perfectly. So I don't think there's any limit. If you can write a good poem, you can turn it into a good song. Even if it doesn't rhyme, it can become a good song.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how do you even go about doing that? Like, if you were to turn a poem into a song, do you sing it and then do your revisions
Yeah,
normally from there?
you sing it and you find like what is the appropriate key for this particular poem. How can it be sung? It's you do have to shape around it, because you don't want to get, because it doesn't have the flow initially. Like that poem Tomorrow does not have the flow for a song, so I had to work around that. I had to kind of like figure out how the music would work with this particular song.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like those of y'all that have that musical ear, you can see a poem that's been written and
Mhm.
see the music in it already. Like I wrote the ballad for Stefan. To me, it was just a poem. It was a rhyme, and Jenny put it to music. It was, I don't know how
that's
she
so good.
did that. And one of my poems, RBF, Hillary put it to music, and it's freaking amazing. And I would have like fathomed that. So I don't know. Do you see the poem and then you just see the music forming in your head? I just can't even picture that. So I'm amazed.
No, no. A lot of the times, I don't even think of the poem as a song. I just think this is going to be a poem. Like right now, I'm writing one about it's an homage to Robin Hood and the Monk, which was a Middle Ages poem, and I was writing it strictly as a poem, but I was like, this could be an Americana ballad. Yeah, Ira, D minor. You never go wrong with D minor.
Does your vocabulary choice change depending on what note? Like, I don't even know the music term. If you're in D minor versus some other.
Does the word choice change? Is that what you're asking? Not necessarily, if you can make it fit, but if it doesn't fit with whatever A, C, G, D minor, if it doesn't fit, you might have to find a different word.
Like, is that just sound based? Do certain sounds work better in?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Certain sounds work better. Like, I've noticed something about your work. You have this internal rhythm. Like, I feel like you write to the rhythm rather than to the actual words. Am I correct about that, or is that a weird assumption?
That might be why I have taken such an interest in this. Is because I write to the sound of the words, but I don't write music.
Right. Yet your work has a very musical quality to it, I've noticed.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's got like pacing and meters, and Stefan is trying to teach me all about this stuff, by the way. So I'm here to learn.
Kind of taught you about iambic pentameter.
Yes. Okay, Ira, Becky, for me, I usually don't strictly have an idea of what the song is going to sound like until I'm actually halfway through it. But my flow is different than a lot of other folks, probably. Yeah, I guess we all have our creative process. I do have some questions from Matthew Holvey.
I can't wait. These are going to be easy. Okay.
Got two. Okay. Given Mack's newfound sensual desire for grocery produce, which product is he most drawn to?
Wow, I don't know. I guess the apple pies. You know, got to go with the traditional warm apple pie.
Traditional warm apple pie.
Matthew seems to have a thing for milk, so I don't know what that's about. I don't see the sensual nature of milk at all.
And for those who are not in the know, sign up for Fiona Bridges and go watch her Fiona After Dark. She reads PG-13 spicy stories, I would say, and we have fun with innuendos. And there's a fun grocery story one that we're talking about right now. Okay, I have a serious question from Holvey. Okay. What could Substack do better to enable its users to produce creative works?
Oh God, where do I start? There's a whole list of things that they could include, and I've complained directly in my feed about these things. Like, they only allow you to upload 5 minutes of video as a note, and that's a huge roadblock for me, because it might be 5 minutes and 1 second, and it'll be like, you can't upload this, and I'll be like, but this is made for notes. You know, it's stuff like that just slows you down. A lot of it's the technical stuff, you know. Otherwise, it's a great platform, and formatting options are terrible. They need more formatting options, and I know that seems, you know, like it's just, you know, window dressing, but that's part of it for me. You know, I will write a poem in a specific style, and I just can't format it within the Substack format.
Can you give an example of a format that you can't do?
Okay, so like, are you familiar with E.E. Cummings?
Yes.
Yeah. If you tried to write a poem in the style of E.E. Cummings on Substack and post it, it's going to be a mess. It's going to look like raw HTML code. That's how bad the system works for it. So it's like a lot of my poems that have specific formatting, I won't upload because they don't allow me to do that. They don't allow me to maintain the formatting, and I think that's part of it.
Have you ever experimented with you uploading them as images?
With what?
As uploading them as images from another source. You write it out in the format you want, and then take essentially screenshots and post the screenshots in a series of images. Have you ever thought about?
I have not. That's actually a great idea.
Yeah, you won't be able to code it, but
learn something new every day. Okay, Pancake has a question. What's the best way to reconcile the expanding social media nature of Substack with the writing aspect?
Mike, that's a tough one. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Let me come back to that, Mike. Let's.
Okay, Ira says.
Oh, go ahead.
Ira says, I think for me, the one change I'd love to see is more tools to let us ignore different kinds of topics. I do fiction. I'm not at all interested in the marketing for article writers sort of things that have zero to do with fiction at all. I guess you could use your mute button. Is that a tool?
I mean,
I agree, Ira.
That could answer Pancake Sushi's question as well. Is just, you know, if somebody's on here treating it like social media, just block them, or you know, mute them. You know, you have that mute option where they can still subscribe, read your stuff. You can still read their stuff, but their nonsense does not pop up in your feed.
Do you have a topic that keeps popping up in your feed that you wish would go away?
God, yeah, white nationalists, man. Like, I wake up one morning and look at my Substack and it's these beautiful poems, and the next day I'll wake up and it's white nationalist stuff, and I'm like, oh, fudge.
Same people? Or is it different people? You just get random people in your feed?
No, it's different people. It's like they're trying to. It's almost like they're beckoning me, like, come join the white nationalists, and I'm like, no,
no,
y'all are assholes.
How did you manage to sing terms like linguistic superposition and terminal preposition? Like, how do you do that? Like, that blew my mind when I heard that.
You gotta. I have a trick I use. I slow it down because I can speak it out, but when it gets sung, I speed it up a little. I just turn up the tempo. So it's like a word like linguistic superposition would stall me right away. So if I get to it and then I'm like linguistic superposition, and then I just speed it up, and that works. And then you pass it through a filter and it sounds great. I mean, it's just you gotta do it slow and then speed up the tempo. That's the way I do it. I don't know if Ira does that. I mean, Ira probably has all the tricks. I'm not as technically proficient as he is.
Here, I try to avoid anything over 3 syllables because my brain can't handle it. Doing like 9-syllable technical words.
Okay, I have another question from Matthew.
All right.
Does Mack believe Substack truly has the weight to provide financial independence for successful creators, or will it simply remain a creative social media platform?
I mean, it depends. There are some people out here making a living. You know, one guy was talking. I don't know if this claim is legit, but he said he made about $5,000 a month, and I was like, "How? How are you doing that?" Mm-hmm. So I think there's like a legitimate income to be made, but I think it's a crapshoot. Like with everything else, you've got to be consistent, and you've got to ask too. You've really got to push for. You've got to say, hey, can you subscribe me because this is my income?
Yeah.
Most people
think get that stack.
Hobby. Yeah, you got to get that stack. Exactly. For some people, for me, it's a hobby. For some people, it's not, you know? So it's like, get that stack, ask for it.
Exactly. You got to market yourself, as uncomfortable as it is. You got to promote yourself. And so, yeah, so we're happy to do that here for you, Mac. Okay. Ira says, I think it does myself, but again, it's really topic related. Yeah. Writing to writers is always a big income pose. Yeah. Because there's a bunch of writers.
Right. We've seen that. Like, do you want to make $100,000 a year? Try this income funnel. And so I'm like, I'm not about that.
So if somebody were to pay sub you, what do they like? What do you offer?
Well, I offer a lifetime unlimited subscription on my founding tier, and I don't offer anything, like, really.
Same.
I think that's part of the problem is I'm not selling it very well because I don't offer anything. I don't have like you're going to get a private story. I'm like, that's that's too much work, to write everyone a private story.
I put way too much pressure on myself, but promising poems every week. But
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it's like if you get to that point where you can make that stack, and you're making $5,000 a month, are you really going to be able to keep up with that many people? Like it's got to be in the thousands to get that much
yeah,
money.
yeah. I mean, and then once you get to a certain amount, I guess that connection that you've developed over time, like what we're doing now, does that go away? I don't know. I hope not. But
Yeah,
Ira.
I think people feel like they have to work for it, like they have to work for that money, and it's like, well, writers get paid all the time. It just depends if you're writing something people want to hear, or if you're even interested in income. Like I'm not, and I know several other writers that aren't interested in income, and they give away free subs all the time. So it's like,
Here's what Ira offers: his undying love and affection, and not a small amount of gushing.
That's all you.
yeah,
That's all
exactly.
you
If
Gushing
you
goes a long way.
right, if you subscribe to me, you will have my eternal appreciation. How about that?
Yeah, which is kind, which is wonderful.
Does it bother you when you see other people promoting the paid a lot on the feed?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't bother me at all, because it's like a live and let live thing. Like I don't know. I don't know what their life is like. Maybe this is the only source of income they could get. Maybe what limitation holds them back from making money elsewhere. So I just tend to like overlook it. Just let it go. Doesn't
Scroll it by.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me. If it doesn't affect me negatively,
Live and let live.
yeah.
Do you wanna? I want to know about your gothic ballad. I want to know about the old lady who dances with a dead husband. I want to know where that.
What's the
came
title
from.
of that one? What's the title of that one?
It's
Cat
called
Lady?
Cat Lady. Yeah, this is sick, and I'm going to tell you why it's sick, because
It's amazing.
my grandmother had just died, and I was like, and everyone was saying, oh, well, she missed her husband and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna decompress from this grief, and I'm gonna write something. So that's where Cat Lady came from. And there was, at the time I was living in an apartment. Where's that echo coming from?
I don't know. I don't think it's me.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
it's a repeat. I'm having flashbacks to episode 1.
Your first episode. I put Cat Lady in the chat for everybody. Because you got to scroll really, really far down Mack's stuff to get to it. So
right, yeah, I posted that. I posted that
access.
very early on. Yeah, and I lived in an apartment building at the time, and there was an elevator, and sometimes I'd accidentally get off on the second floor, and this old lady would just throw her blinds closed, and I was like, well, there's my rhyme right there. And I went home, and I was like, there is an old woman who lives below. When I walk by, her blinds fly closed. And I was like, and then it just evolved from there.
Then it just devolved from there.
Devolved, sort of. I mean, I wanted it to be like a sweet too.
It is sweet. It's awesome.
There's a line in there. The time they met at the USO Club, when they kissed and knew it was love, or the son they buried under 21 guns. And I was like,
ooh, yeah,
yeah. It hurts a little bit. It's creepy. It's also funny. So it's like,
yeah,
kind of my
which
wheelhouse.
is kind of all of your work. All of your work has a little bit of all of that. So many layers.
Yeah.
What makes it so good.
Yeah, I think everything I read of yours was a little bit creepy.
Yeah. Well, that's actually high praise.
You seem to have a theme in the writing I read, where you have the world in all in all the pieces I've read, there's like a preoccupation with how the world sees the narrator. Like there's like grammar creepers, and then there's like caricature, and then there's like secrets. Like, why is there a gap? Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. I've never written with that theme in mind. I didn't know that was a theme in my work. I'm just learning this right now.
Well, there seems to be like a gap where you have the internal reality of the narrator and then the external observation. And there seems to always be this divergence in this, and that's not. I assume that's not intentional by looking at your face.
No, I'm over here like I do.
You're not the first person to give me that look. That's fine.
I give him that look all the time.
I guess that comes from like this dislike of gatekeepers, and I do actually have one story that will never see the light of day. It's about the main character of the story communicating with the narrator, and about how the narrator is basically a slave driving asshole. So I don't know. Maybe I do have this need to push back against the narrator in my head.
Do you think that comes from your disability?
Maybe. I mean, this is like psychological examination here. We're like on the couch
So
here.
you know what I went through last week?
It might be that like because like people see me and they've already established a narrative in their head. So I'm like, why don't I kick the narrator in the nuts? Damn, Stefan, you are deep.
I think it applies to. I think I witnessed the same thing where people come into an interaction with me for the first time with a preconceived notion based on a label.
Right.
Now, mine's not as obvious as yours until you talk to me, because mine's neurological. When yours is more physical.
Yeah.
There might be. I wonder where that echo's coming from. I think there might be.
By the way, I don't hear one.
Uh-oh. Okay. I think there might be a connection between how you perceive the world perceiving you and how you present the narrative in your writing. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's... say it again one more time. I mean, I lost the thread just a little bit.
You think the perception that how you perceive people perceiving you reflects in the narratives in your writing?
Probably. It's like I said, I've never really examined it that deeply, but
because
I'm learning stuff. Yeah, I'm learning stuff right now. You're teaching me stuff in real time, Stefan. That's awesome.
Because to me, it seems like you're awfully jaded towards your own narrators.
Yeah, I'm awfully jaded towards life in general. And I try to push back against that. I try to be positive, but I guess it comes through unconsciously in my writing that
So, Original Worlds said something about a song, said, I put it in my foreskin. And then she asked you, what is your weirdest song?
Oh, yeah. What is your weirdest song?
It's probably Get That Stack. I mean, the opening stanza is about me having sex with a vacuum, so I'm pretty sure that's my weirdest one.
Okay, let me just read Ira's full comment here. Weirdest song I've ever made was a tribute to a friend. It's called I Put It in My Foreskin. Basically, as a joke, the dude stuck a bunch of M&Ms in there just to see how many it fit. Then he had to try a lot of other things. Okay. Also, Ira did a song using the whole idea of what a guy writes a woman like in erotica. That one's called She Breasted Boobily. I'll have to look that one up. Is it published?
Do we need to age restrict? Do we need to age restrict when he comes on?
No.
That's brilliant. She breasted boobily, because that's male written erotica is oftentimes absurd in the way it shows women.
So we can do like a hard left to International Women's Day, and you're I loved your post here. I think it's called Unsold, and you wrote that for International Women's Day. Can you talk about what made you want to write that? Other than
I didn't write that for International Women's Day. That was written back in 2005, and I just thought it was appropriate for International Women's Day.
I'm going to find it again, and I'm going to put it in the chat. Yeah, here we go. You wrote it in 2005. Yeah, you posted it for this International Women's Day.
Right.
It's short. It's sweet. I love it. I'm putting it in the chat.
Thank you. Well, I like Subtext podcast so far. I'm getting all the hype and the promos.
and you're getting psychologically analyzed.
Yeah, and now I'm realizing there's this theme in this jaded theme against the narrator in my work, which I didn't realize before. That's pretty awesome, though.
I mean, you didn't push back at all. I figured maybe it must be it must be true if you're not going to fight me on it.
Because I trust your instincts on it. Like if you read that in it, I'm like, it must be true then. Because I'm just
yeah.
I don't go back and. Sorry, go ahead.
Project some of ourselves. I think we also project some of ourselves in when we read others' works too. So, sort of psychologically analyzing Stefan as well.
Oh God, don't do that! Don't do that. You'll get all messed up analyzing
reverse psychoanalysis.
What do you think of the AI debate that we see on Substack a lot?
Yeah, I've got no problem with it because I've met so many people with just like they can't even use their arms. It's like, and if they can trigger the AI with voice control, which I have voice control on my computer, why not? Why not let them have a voice? I made the example of the guy from the Diving Bell and the Butterfly who had locked-in syndrome, and he needed a proxy to communicate. An entire book, which gave us the wealth of information that we have on locked-in syndrome. We didn't know anything about it before that moment. So I don't know. I don't personally use it to write things for me because I think it turns out shit, but somebody else might. And I can't judge that because I don't know their personal story.
Is there any use of it that would bother you?
Well, I mean, I feel like a hypocrite after my post. It does bother me when it writes things completely for other people. That does bother me because that's a complete outsourcing of creativity. That's not exactly something I would approve of,
Yeah. Well, and of course, like being, images taken to do, bullying type of situations, putting women's faces on other women's bodies, etc. That kind of gross, weird stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. That deepfakes are terrible, terribly unethical.
Have you had a deepfake made of you?
I hope not.
I've been DM'd one of me.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I saved it. I actually
I had liked it.
Oh no, it was kind of creepy. I was in a dog collar.
Oh, okay.
And it was really weird.
Yeah. Why don't you psychoanalyze that? That requires.
I'm scared.
Why saved it? Do FBI psychoanalysis.
What's your favorite thing you've wrote?
Oh wow, that's a good question. My favorite thing I've wrote? I don't know. I kind of like canned beef. I like the way canned beef turned out. Like I had a favorite before. It was a short story called Lawrence, but when I started playing around with the wordplay with the in between, I
Putting canned
decided
beef
I-
in the chat too.
Oh, thank you. This is awesome. I
Canned
love
beef is
subtext.
amazing. Okay, Iris says, "Oh, those deepfakes are horrid. I've had them made of me before too, back when I got doxxed hard. Dang. Well, we're going to talk to you about that when you come on, if you want to.
No, we won't. We'll forget. And the TV might. The TV
We'll
minds us.
We'll
That's like
forget.
4 months away. Look at it. Whew. I'll be lucky if I remember his name at that point.
Back in my radio show host days, we got doxxed big time. Had to get the FBI involved. Oh wow, and there were a lot of deepfakes with it. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, note to self. We'll remember to talk about this on Ira's app.
I will
So
make sure I am on that. I'm in that chat so I can remind y'all. Ira, don't worry about it. I will remember.
how many people are on your block list? You know?
My block list?
Yeah.
2.
2.
Yeah.
Boy, I feel special. How many people have you muted?
Muting's temporary.
Is it?
I muted somebody once for 15 days, but I've only blocked 2. How many people are on your block list? I'm curious.
I've only blocked the two people who sent me deepfakes.
Oh, okay.
Those are the
Yeah.
only 2
How
people.
many on your mute list, Stefan?
Oh, there were like 700 last time I checked. I mute 10 people a day easily. Like, you don't have to do much to get in my mute.
It's really an honor that I'm not muted yet. I'm pretty close.
It is.
though.
Half of my subscribers are muted.
Well, I mean, some people do like to spam the notes, and I'm not hating on that game, but
Hard.
I did that last night.
but sometimes it does get a little overwhelming. I don't think I'd mute anybody for it, but I have this ability to shut that zone out.
Yeah, I've blocked spammers. Ira's blocked spammers.
Oh, okay. Well, there's 2 I've blocked for other reasons other than. But if somebody shows up in my inbox and they've, their boobies are fully on display, I block them because
They're probably trying to sell you something.
yeah, nobody's like looking at my picture and going, "Oh, I'm gonna drop into his DMs."
They just show up.
Yep.
Okay, Ira, I admit I do a few too many notes, but I have 0 friends and just sit here. What else am I doing with my time? Same, Ira, same. I do way too many notes, but
How many? Too many? Like 5 an hour?
what is too many?
I've done
Yeah, I
poems
don't-
every
I don't
10
know.
minutes for 3 hours and no one blocked. Maybe people block. Maybe that's why they blocked me.
Maybe they
Your
do.
limericks?
Yeah, who knows? I don't know why.
Do you know? Are you blocked by a bunch of people?
Me?
Yeah. Do you find that you're blocked by a bunch of people? I've recently realized I'm blocked by more people than I'm blocked.
I don't pay attention. Like I don't really know. Like
You
how
go
would I
into
even find
somebody's-
that out?
You go into somebody's sub chat and all of the things are blank.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't really go into the chats either. So it's like I wouldn't know this stuff. I'm kind of living my own lane of ignorance.
Yes, same.
I don't see you post much in notes. Yeah. Do you just?
No,
Probably
I don't.
muted you.
I don't post a whole lot of notes. No, maybe I'll get the inkling once in a while, but no, I'm not huge on notes. Usually I just do a full post.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because
Okay.
your full posts, like if you do the what
Oopsies.
was that?
I forgot to turn my alarm off.
Oh, if you do the music and video, Substack will send out your post to the whole ass internet. Like it'll send it to Spotify and YouTube, and it's just. So I tend to do it as a post rather than a note.
Yeah.
Do you have your stuff automatically uploaded to YouTube?
Yeah. Everything all the videos I make upload to YouTube.
Okay. I didn't know you had a
yeah.
YouTube. Where can people find you on YouTube?
It's imperfect speech on YouTube
Okay.
too. So Yeah, I'm not very creative when it comes to naming things.
It actually makes it very easy.
Yeah.
Imperfect speech on all the socials. That's all you got to say.
Yep. On Spotify too. Imperfect speech.
Is there a reason behind that? Is there like a story behind that name?
I have a stutter, which is under control, but when it's not under control, it's yeah, I can't even bring it up because I'll start stuttering. So yeah, it's like I have to have that mind no mind thing from Dune, where it's like fear is the mind killer. Don't think about the stutter, or it's going to come out. So that's where imperfect speech comes from.
So maybe I can't ask you because maybe it will come out. Is your stutter under? I just don't even try to control when I stutter. But is your stutter controlled just by avoiding certain triggers, or is it controlled through?
It's triggered by emotional connection and talking about it, because it brings up the emotional. Because for me, it's not a palate situation. It's not like I can't form the words. It's a brain mouth disconnection.
How do you think your disability affects what you write about? What are you writing in general? Do you think it has any impact?
Well, I mean, when I started writing in the first place because I couldn't do the things that other people were doing. So it was like, maybe I'll just write about it. So at 8 years old, I started writing about it. I actually saw Die Hard, and I wrote a story, a Die Hard vampire story. So, because it was in response to me being like, man, John McClane's so cool. And my brother being like, you could never do that. I'm like, there is a way I could do that.
Do you think Die Hard's a Christmas movie?
You know, it's said at Christmas, but I've never said yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, at Christmas. Oh, jeez, I cursed again, didn't I?
That's okay. You're still behind Becky.
Ira did too. Right?
Oh, no, he edited it. Yeah, yippee-ki-yay, Mr.
Mother
Falcon.
sucker. Any questions from the chat? Yeah, and Ira says, stutter here too, Mac. I've learned to control it, but comes out if I get excited about something the most.
Yeah, that's a huge trigger. No questions, Ira. Is anybody left? Or
there's like 25 people.
Yeah, we've got 25 people.
Mother sucker for the vampire Die Hard. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good line. My 8-year-old brain did not think of that, but that's a great line.
It is. We just witnessed the birth of a little collab.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you want to do your poem, Becky?
Because yes, I guess. It's fucking embarrassing and it's ridiculous.
Well, you could send it to Mac and have him do it.
No, because it's the rhyming. The rhyming is all over the place, and so I have to. It's like in my head, and it wouldn't make sense if you tried to read it. In fact, I'm pretty sure Stefan was very annoyed when I sent it to him earlier.
It was like 5 a.m. and I had to go to bed. I didn't even bother.
So much.
I got up at 5 a.m. Man.
Whew. All right. Okay. Apologies in advance, Mac. I don't. Okay. Whew. All right. I'm really nervous about this. Okay. It's Mack Devlin, everyone. Come on. Let's have some fun. It's the Mac attack. Don't panic. Whack. Mac comes in and the whole damn room spins. He's got a lot to convey, but like in the best way. Let me tell you all about it. We got a lot to survey. Have you checked out his work? No, you don't gotta lurk. One of the sharpest in the room. He's got imperfect speech, lives by the beach, and let him tell you more about party pooper syndrome. Got to get that stack. Bitch, pay me smack. Really got to give that one a listen. Done with the in-between. Another fucking queen. Pay them bitches. I want to see them glisten. Be cool, be calm. We'll get to your loud ass. Everyone has a voice. Isn't that right, class? A Mac quote, by the way, covering his work on display. There's also notoriety, a prompt from Amy. obligations, expectations, associations. We are both light and the dark and all of its manifestations. Hard left to canned beef, a fart in a jar critique. It's another that's so much fun. But what is too low key is karaoke. Officially, this will never be overdone. I want an encore. Elijah, Fiona, please more. Everyone check them out. That's an order, no doubt. But wow, is it already time for goodbyes? How the time flies, everything dies. Mac, it's been so fun to give you our full attention, but quick before you leave, Unsold truly floored me, and that line, she is both answer and question. Ah, you see what I did there. The goodbye got longer, not unlike Holvy's hair. And Stefan will claim his poem is shorter. I'll double check though and give him a quarter. Mac, I hope it's been fun. Well, goodbye. We'll do this again unless you try to outrun. That's it. Done.
That was good. That was like some pure hip hop lyrics right there. I can.
I was trying to invoke your lyrical style in it. So.
I can definitely turn that into a Tribe Called Quest type song. That
I'll
would
send it to
definitely
you.
work.
It'll be a post later too, but I'll send it to you. We could put it to music.
Awesome.
Original World has one last question. Do you have any issues? He says, so Mac, do you ever have any issues getting started writing? Or do you just find the flow just starts as soon as you sit at the keys with intention?
It depends on the kind of mood I'm in. Sometimes it just flows from me. And sometimes I can put that, I can go straight into stream of consciousness, but other times it's just, I'm staring at a blinking cursor for 45 minutes. So a little bit of both, Ira, a little bit of both.
Cool. Do you have anything that you want?
Any last words?
Any final words? Any last thing?
I don't know. Becky wanted
meal?
me to sing something. I don't.
Oh yes, can you sing for us?
I can try. Got a bit of a tickle in my throat, but I can try. What do you want me to sing? And anything? Just
anything that you want to. And everyone should check out his karaoke with Elijah and Fiona. That was a blast.
What was that? Was that live I missed?
Yeah, we did karaoke live.
I'll have to look it up.
Saturday.
Yeah, So actually is going to be hosting it in a couple of weeks, April 1st. So everybody should show up for that.
That's Stefan's birthday. And we have Stabilize on April 1st for Stefan's birthday.
Nice. Mine is April 9th.
Mine's April 11th.
April's the best month for birthdays.
Oh,
April
shit. Because everybody's having sex in the winter.
No, you have to have sex in the summer.
Springtime hatchlings.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, okay.
You have to have like August.
Yeah. I'm not good.
Ira, when you come on, you'll get yours too. You'll get your poem.
It kind of bothers me that I know roughly when my parents had sex. So
It's called science.
when you think about it, it was between August 11th and 14th.
I'm finally happy I'm not so good with dates, because I don't want to think about that. The date I was conceived.
Fiona. Hi, Fiona. We were just talking about your karaoke. Matthew, your hair grew. Yes.
It's beautiful, isn't it? He's got his beautiful Eddie Vedder locks
locks.
back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Really
He's so
long arms.
cute.
Thanks, Mac, for coming on today. We had such a blast. I asked such hard-hitting questions. Big hugs. I'm delirious. What am I doing?
He's pretty. He's a pretty little dolly. Is that his hand? Yeah. Those pipe cleaners are his appendages, Fiona.
Yes. The big old arms. Rawr, rawr, rawr.
She's wondering if he has genitals. He does not have genitals, Fiona.
He's just a spoon.
I got derailed. I was going to sing something. I'm trying to think of something to sing. I'm just going to sing something that I know I can get. Can you hear the people sing the song of angry men? This is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drum, is there a life you'd like to see when tomorrow comes? Look down beyond the barricades. Is there a life you'd like to see? Then join in the fight that will give you the right to be free. Can you hear the people sing the song of angry men? This is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drum, is there a life you'd like to see when tomorrow comes?
Yay! Claps all around.
Yay.
Round of applause.
That was terrifying. Thank you.
Excellent job. Okay, that was awesome. That was so fun. I know it's 10 o'clock. We got to go.
Yeah, it was great talking to you.
Just be like, we gotta go, end it.
Yeah.
It's either the long goodbye or out, guys. My social battery is drained.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it. How about I do the Irish goodbye? Like it just click leave.
Okay. Just leave.
Yeah, if anyone wants to join us, just DM me at Becky, and we'll set you up for the day to come on here.
Okay, bye everybody.
Bye. Bye everyone. Thanks for coming.